Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast. My name's Moshe Kasher. I'm your host and the creator of this podcast. And with me, as always, is my assistant and the person that only gets 25% of the revenue, the lady, Natasha Leggero. Hey, Tosh.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm real good.
I think you were trying too hard.
You're right. That was the bit. I thought that was the bit.
So we should check in and have our State of the Union.
Of our union? Mm-hmm. The union is strong. Is it not?
Yeah, we did get into a fight, though.
No.
You don't think?
Well, sure. Well, here's the thing. I'm in the middle of a bit of an issue. Why are you laughing?
Because you make it sound like it's an actual problem.
Well, I am. I got what's known in the white community as RV fever. I have what's called in the straight pride community RV fever. Basically, I have an RV, and it is my priorities in my life go my RV, my daughter, my career, my dogs, my mom, my dad,
my podcast,
my brother, my choose, and then of course there's always you.
He's saying shoes like how our daughter says her shoes.
But it doesn't have a third seat, and we're a little bit afraid that it's not. I do feel this is going to be boring. But
well, let's not start going into like detail.
Well, the whole thing
nobody wants the details.
There's no third seat. We need to buy something with a third seat so it's safe for my kid.
That's right. That's true. But also, you have spent maybe the last 5 weeks talking about RV ceilings, upholstery, floors, engines.
It's true.
We've driven to San Diego. We've driven to Reseda. We've driven to Thousand Oaks. We
didn't drive to Reseda. That's the setting of your CBS sitcom that comes out in the fall. You just put that in there because it was in your brain.
No, remember we went to that place and then ate with your parents?
That was Thousand Oaks.
Okay.
The third city, the one that you added, that's from your television program, Broke, on CBS.
No, we went to Hancock Park.
Yes, we did.
I mean, it was only
to go look at a Sprinter.
30-minute drive, but still it's...
very nice French man there who'd been trying to sell his $70,000 Sprinter for 2 years. He said, I felt so bad for the guy because I got into it. I was like, I'm not buying this. But I almost wanted to just so that he could not be selling it anymore.
Right.
It's a bit of an issue.
But I told Moshe that I can't really talk about it anymore.
Right. Well, okay, look.
And he's very sensitive and he wants to keep talking about RVs, but I feel like I've reached a limit.
And I think that is fair. I have a problem, which is that I'm not a terribly obsessive person, but when it comes to this particular thing, even when I own an RV and I love it, and I'm not, by the way, for the listeners, I'm not talking about when you think RV, you're probably thinking like, some big old boat that some old Floridian retirees driving. I'm talking sick, crunchy tire, overland, solar, boondock capable.
He just starts talking about it, and he can't stop talking about it.
I'm talking about a different kind of beast than what you're thinking. But anyway, the deal is that I'm already a little bit obsessive even when I own it. But now that we have to get rid of it, and I'm actually on them, I'm already looking at all the message boards and looking at them all the time.
Where was this part of your personality when we met? I didn't know you were into van life.
No, at that point, before I started dating you, you're saying?
Yeah.
But at that point, my obsession was mainly focused on random sex with comedy fans.
So wait, this RV energy, you're what?
I was able to transfer that over to the overland style, boondock capable, solar powered, because of my love for you.
That's pretty amazing. So I shouldn't even complain about it anymore.
Yeah, that is what I do instead of sleeping with randos.
I did not know that.
No, I mean, it's not really true.
It is true.
Look,
I should stop complaining about it.
It represents a part of me. It's a hobby, but it represents a part of me that I think that every man and some women can relate to, which is this feeling like you want to be untethered to society so that at any point you can just jump in your vehicle and be out, right? And so I am obsessed with it, and I have come to you more than I should have. Here's the real issue is I'm obsessed with it. I'm a little bit in a kind of spiral with it, and I need my wife to counsel me. But at a certain point, my need for counsel reaches her need to not talk about RVs, and we have critical mass.
And I also don't know about RVs, so I don't feel that comfortable giving you advice.
I know. What can be done?
I think that we've learned a lot from this. Though.
As soon as I pull the trigger, you'll notice a marked difference in my energy.
Well, I do appreciate that you're not having sex with random women anymore.
Well, actually, to be honest, it's an apartment on wheels. What do you think I use it for?
I know you're like, all I want to do is get away from my house, feel untethered.
No, what I want to do is I want a vehicle that I can drive into the mountains with my family, overlook a vista, and just say, this is living.
Okay. Well, me too.
Well, I've kind of trained you into liking camping. That's
no, I
one
do.
positive.
I like it. It's nice you can like pull right up to the view.
Yeah, man.
It's cool.
Yeah, and you've trained me to like
really expensive hotels.
Bougie hotels. Although I have some thoughts about those too, but maybe that's for another episode.
Okay, let's save that for another episode because I would like to get into a call.
Okay, let's call Aaron from the great state of Maine. I don't think I've ever talked to a person from Maine before.
I've been there once. It was nice. A lot of lighthouses.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron from Maine.
Hello.
Hello, can I speak with Aaron, please?
This is Aaron.
Aaron. This is Moshe Kasher.
And Natasha Leggero.
Hi, how are you going?
Good, how are you?
We're going good.
Going good. Going
Wait,
real
did you just
good.
say how are you going like how Australian people say it?
I just did, yeah.
Wait, did you do that on purpose or did you fuck up?
No, I actually lived there for about 2 years, and so it's just kind of a habit.
Oh, that's cool when a person moves to a country and then starts talking like the people from that country, you know?
Well, when you live with someone like that, you probably say that, so you know.
Yeah. So anyway, mate. So how you going, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm going well. Thank you. It's a little bit late over here on the East Coast.
Oh,
so other than
I'm
that,
sorry
that's
that we had to call you so late.
Thank you. But think of how late it is in Australia, your true home.
That's true, actually.
Why don't we jump right
well, it's
into
tomorrow
it?
there, so.
Yeah, tell us. What's going on?
So I feel like I'm having this sort of awakening in my life of like feminism and being like really aware of all of these things, but it's really it's causing some harm to my dating life. I feel like I just kind of like hate a lot of men these days.
Ah, you're becoming a hatchet-wielding feminazi, I see.
I am.
It's good that you're like aware of it, though. I think that's cool. You know, you're like aware of how you're changing, and that's important.
Right. Well, tell us about your awakening. What happened, and what are you thinking about men? What's going on.
I think Instagram might be to blame for most of it. Actually, unfortunately, I guess just like everyone else, it's been sort of a topic of conversation in the mainstream media. With abortion bans and all of these things that are happening. And I follow
Aaron, I don't mean to cut you off, but you know that we're a strongly pro-life podcast, right?
Oh, okay, perfect.
No,
okay.
So you're saying that the onslaught of news and stuff is making, in the same way that it's making all bad news feel amplified, the misogyny news feels like it's louder than ever to you, kind of a thing.
Yeah, and I feel like I try not to read the bottom half of the internet, but when you follow a lot of different political leaders and feminist Instagrams and things like that, it's kind of hard not to get sucked into those comments.
What's the bottom half of the internet? That's like child porn?
So what I mean by the bottom half of the internet is like, someone puts a picture up and it's all the comments of people saying stuff on it.
Sure,
I see.
Sure.
That's an interesting term. I have to tell you, it's something that I'm thinking of when you're saying this, because my experience of the internet right now is every time I pick up my phone, it's about a child death. It's always like,
oh God.
It's just like always like child, in a dog collar, parents, killed them. And
Tosh, are you suggesting that you're seeing that because that's where your attention is?
Well, something, or it's an algorithm or something like, I'm a married woman. So it's like, and I have a new child. And I feel like all of this like news that's automatically coming to me is like gruesome child
Right.
death.
It might be both, actually, because I remember, Aaron, just as an
I'm
aside,
saying that's my worst nightmare, and then you're getting your
that's
worst
horrible.
nightmare. I mean, not that I'm not a feminist, but I'm just saying it's like I think that the internet is like exacerbating things.
Right. But it might be actually where your attention is attuned, because I know that when I was there was a time in my life, Aaron, where I became convinced that I had AIDS for no reason. I hadn't done anything AIDSy. I just had it one day. I call it mind aids.
Yeah.
But for like a full year, I didn't do the only thing you're supposed to do in that situation, which is get tested. I just thought I'd like write it out and I'd figure it out when I got sick. But for like a full year, anytime I'd be like opening a newspaper, I would see if there's an article about AIDS, somehow my eyes would go to it. Or if NPR was on in the background, it would be like blah, 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 AIDS in Africa. And I would like, so maybe it's also that. Like maybe it's also where you're focused.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think the algorithm definitely doesn't help. And it's like once you click on one post and all of a sudden all these other ones pop up. I mean, I definitely have had that as well where I think I have AIDS or any other thing, you know, in the world.
That's got to get in the way of your dating life as well.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And then there's always this fear you don't want to get tested for AIDS because what if it comes up positive?
I know, which is the stupidest logic ever. It's like, well, if it comes up positive, you'd want that information. But
here's the thing about your dating life that I have to say is like, how many men do you know who are like anti-abortion and who are like really trying to help support?
She does live in Maine.
Right. But it's like, you know, men are people and you'll meet someone who's cool and
but I'm more curious.
Has like an evolved view of women.
Sure, but I'm curious.
You have that, Moshe.
I do, but that's not. It sounds like that's not the issue, though. It's like when you're, no matter who the guy is, no matter how good of a boy he seems to be, he's representing something to you that's like makes you angry because you're thinking about the patriarchy or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think so. So to add more context, I moved back to the U.S. last summer from New Zealand, and I had a fiance, and he would accuse me of demasculating him because I would talk about feminism and that it was, that women's issues were something that I was really passionate about. And it just got really draining after a while. It was like I wasn't talking about him. I wanted to have like a deeper conversation about these issues, but he wouldn't allow me to because it made him feel insecure.
And he's not a good match for you.
Right. It sounds like what you
absolutely.
What you want is you want a really hyper masculine man with an extremely feminist mind. Sounds like you need to date a trans man. That's what I think.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, trans men are so masculine and there's such a paradigm of like masculinity and flannel, but also, they know what it's like to walk in the world as a woman, and they generally are pretty activisty politically, and you get the best of both worlds. Don't fetishize them. You do that.
At least be open to it.
I like that idea. I like that for you.
Okay.
No, I kind of like that.
Okay.
Well, Aaron, let us know how it goes. Check back in with us if you have a date.
Yeah, especially if you do ask out a trans man. We want to know how that goes.
Okay, brilliant. I will definitely.
Thank you, Aaron. Good day.
Good day, mate.
Thanks, guys. Nice chatting with you. Have
good day. Yeah, go get yourself a flat white.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye.
I haven't worn pants since I had a baby, and I got these pants the other day, and you actually complimented me on them. I wore them to work out, and then I wore them out at night. I didn't even have to change pants, and those were Betabrand pants.
Oh, Betabrand pants. That's right. Yeah, I remember those pants because your butt looked good in them, and that's very important to me.
Yeah, I'm sick of always walking around doing my errands like in my exercise clothes. It just feels a little like... I want to step it up a little bit. I need some pockets.
Yeah, we need pockets. Well, Betabrand pants have over 8 pockets. Some are even invisible. Who doesn't want an invisible pocket? They fit perfect. They feel great. And they are uber comfortable.
They have standard colors like black, navy, gray, khaki. Seasonal and limited edition colors are released monthly. I got the plain black. They were like, they have skinny, flare, any kind of boot cut. I like the skinny black. And they just felt so versatile. I love anything that is like easy for me that I can wear all day long and make it in different looks.
So if you want to look like Natasha Leggero, and I know you do, just grab some of these Betabrand dress pant yoga pants. Visit betabrand.com/honeymoon, all lowercase, and get 20% off of yours. Millions of women agree, and the men...
And I'm one of them.
And the men that they live with agree as well that these are the most comfortable pants you'll ever wear to work. And your butt will look good. That's Betabrand.com, Betabrand.com/honeymoon, all lowercase. Get 20% off of your dress pant yoga pants. Betabrand.com/honeymoon.
Okay, and now we're going to do our next segment, which is called Secrets.
And now let's hear a few more secrets from our listeners.
All right, guys. So I'm going to get something off my chest that I've been doing obsessively over the past few months. that I've never told anyone because I'm married and she's married. You can see where I'm going with this. Having an affair with this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous blonde girl who is cool as shit, and we both have some serious feelings for each other, and I don't know what the fuck to do. So, my daughter's walking down the steps right now. I don't want her to hear me. Yeah, so I'm pretty much falling the fuck apart. I would love to talk to somebody about it, or if you guys can talk about it on air, and I'd listen to your whatever tips you can give me, something. Should I stop this? Should I uproot my fucking family and be with this other girl who I feel like I'm in love with? I don't know. If you guys want to give me a call.
Wow, that is heavy, man. I did not need the detail.
The daughter?
Well, the daughter I was actually... That was pretty heartbreaking, but also the blonde thing. I mean,
Well, obviously...
He's like, I got a big confession to make. I'm having an affair with this fucking beautiful, thick-titted blonde. She's cool as shit. Oh, the poor guy. Oh, man.
We just don't have enough information. Like, if he's in a happy, or he's like in a happy family, except for that he's like. Here's the thing: if you're like, we've got to do a few scenarios. Let's say that his family life is otherwise good.
That is rough. Yeah, I just relate.
Then it's like
I relate to where that guy's coming from so hard, though. That's my issue. I'm just like, I feel you, brother. Been there, done that, doing that, in that.
Well, here's what I would imagine. He probably hasn't had a lot of sex before he got married, or at least he wasn't like a playboy or something. I mean, he's excited about a blonde.
Well,
his daughter's probably blonde.
I mean, the big issue with the fairs, I think, is very obvious, which is that they're
exciting.
They feel so much exactly. They feel so much more powerful than they are. It's very difficult to say, like, oh no, this is love. Like, it's like if you're in a relationship and you're unhappy in the relationship, and someone comes along and infidelity occurs, but truly that is the person that you were supposed to be with, and you can spend your life with that person, and they will make your heart sing its song. Then yeah, maybe you end a relationship for love, but it's so you're wearing these crazy like lust-colored glasses.
It's clearly about her looks. He said it in his description. He wasn't like, well, he did say she's cool as shit, but he wasn't like, we just have like.
That was in my vows, by the way, to you. I said you're cool as shit.
No, but let's say for example, he was like, she gets me more than my wife. I totally, we just connect on such. It seems like you guys are connecting on a physical level. That's the lusty vibe I got from his, and that won't last.
Well, you know what I think? I think you're right, Natasha, that we need to have more context. And he did ask us to call. So why don't we give him a call right now?
Hello?
Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Hey, how's it going?
Andy, are you in a safe place to talk?
Yeah, good.
Your kid's not around?
Nah, everybody's asleep right now. Good for me, so.
I just got to say, you got a lot going on, and we don't want to roast you too hard here, but it was unnecessary information that your kid ran by. That was definitely a cherry on top of your call, Andy.
He probably doesn't even remember.
What's going on? Are you having a difficult time? Talk to us. Do you want to talk to us? You don't have to.
Funny enough, her and I actually have not. We've not seen each other in a couple weeks almost now, so we still talk, but it's definitely not. It's not what it was then, and I think she kind of wants to pull back because she's married, and so am I.
Right now, that's the hot blonde chick, right?
Yes, sir.
Another bit of unnecessary information, Andy. Wait, let me ask you this: do you think that getting the secret off your chest kind of changed the energy, the air in the room for you? Telling someone, did that change anything?
I just think that I've been wanting to get off my chest for so long because I've told no one. I haven't told my best friends. I haven't told my dad, who I normally tell fucking everything to.
Yeah,
I haven't told nobody. So to once I saw that, I was like, I'm gonna unload my secret on Moshe and Natasha.
Onto these two random comedians.
I have a question, Andy.
Yeah, exactly. I've been fans of you guys for a while. I would like to hear their take on it.
Well, I wish we could say we're fans of yours, Andy, but we've got some different.
You don't have to be.
No, I'm just kidding. We're not trying to judge you too hard.
Andy, I have a question. Tell me about, like, with this hot blonde woman aside, what's your family life like? Like, what's your relationship like with your wife?
it's not great. I do everything. I do everything around the house. She's one of these wives that have a lot of anxieties and depression, and she comes home from work and we'll go right up to her bed and I'll pretty much do everything. I cook dinner, I take care of the kids, I do everything.
And what does she work?
It's not great. She works. Yeah, she works. I work as well, but I work in a daycare, so I'm with my kids. My daughter's with me all day long, so I have kids with me all day long.
Right.
And
So-
you're good with kids. I mean, that's a really good quality.
Yeah, I'm really good with kids. Yeah.
A lot of men aren't that natural caretakers, so that's cool that you have that.
Well, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's something I've always been told that I am, is a natural caretaker, and I like taking care of people. I've always been that way.
So you're unhappy in your relationship. That's what it sounds like to the two of us. And
yeah, I mean, if I wasn't, I wouldn't have been doing what I've been doing.
right.
Was it ever better with you and your wife? Like, is this a new thing?
It was. Yeah, it was. We've been married for, I'm going to say, a decade, and a good, 3/4 of that was great, but the past several years has not been so great.
Well, here's what I think. I don't know the particulars of it. Well, do you mind if I ask you really personal questions?
You can ask me whatever you want, man.
You don't have to answer. But when you had this affair with this woman, were you guys practicing safe sex?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's good. That's good news. That's
Yes.
very good news. Because here's what I think, Andy.
Yeah, that was like there was no other option.
No, you're a caretaker. But the thing about cheating, I think, I'm not an expert on it, but it seems like it's not the disease. It's a symptom of the disease. It's actually like the final stages of the disease, right? It's like the cheating itself is such a loud issue that it seems like, you can easily demonize a person for cheating and just go, what a jerk, what an asshole, what a bitch. But in fact, it's not really that. It's really like it's the end of a long journey of dissatisfaction. And like, so now that you guys have gotten a little space, you and this person, and it sort of sounds like you have an opportunity to get out of the cheating relationship and focus on the relationship that's actually in front of you. That doesn't mean I'm suggesting you should get back into it, because if you're unhappy, you don't deserve unhappiness. Your wife doesn't deserve to be with somebody that's unhappy. I'm not saying you have to stay in the relationship, but it seems like you have a reprieve from the kind of like loud buzzing euphoria of this blonde woman, and to be able to see like, what are you going to do next? So what do you think you want to do next with your actual relationship?
Oh, man. Well, what I would love to happen is get a time machine and go back 3 years ago when things were going really well. And funny enough, our anniversary was this past weekend, and we went out and we did have a good time. We don't really have a sex life anymore, man. I'm not saying that's like the most important thing, but that's something.
That's pretty important.
When you haven't had sex in 3 months or something like that, you start to wonder. Like, I've asked her, are you still attracted to me? She assures me that she is, but does nothing to show me that.
Right.
Also, and you have kids, and it sounds like you guys, you're doing everything, and she's kind of like working.
100%, yeah.
And so then there must not be a lot of time where you're like a family all together doing things. And
not too much.
And I think that working on the family and working on the relationship is important, and you need to talk to her, and you need to say, like, I really want us to be a family, and us to, be you not to always want to go to sleep, or I don't know what it is. Like, if she's depressed, maybe she needs to see a doctor. Maybe you need to see couples counseling if that's too hard.
I wouldn't say that's a maybe. I would say there's no such thing as a time machine, Andy, but there is definitely a path to redemption, which is you have to go. Yeah. You have to go to couples counseling. There's no. Is
that something you would ever be open to, and would she ever be open to, and you could afford?
It's funny because maybe like 2 weeks ago we were having a talk about our relationship, my wife and I suggested some sort of marriage counseling, and she kind of like took it like as like a bad thing. Like, wow, you really think things are that bad? Like she took it like a bad way. Like, I thought she was going to be like, floored that I even offered that, and was like all about it. But it was the complete opposite.
Well,
reaction.
Andy, the bad news or the good news is things are that bad, whether she knows it or not.
Yeah, look how bad. They're way worse than she could ever imagine.
They are so much worse than she could imagine. Yes, you have to.
Oh, but then here's the problem. He's going to have to tell her.
Well, he doesn't have to do anything because again, we're just comedians, and mostly what we can do is
I'm going to my grave with that. So
mostly what we can do is make fun of you for mentioning that she was blonde and super hot. That's about as good as we are as experts. But what you can do is go see if there's any juice left in the relationship. See if you can't construct a time machine that'll bring you into a better future rather than hoping for one that'll bring you into an imagined past.
And couples counseling is like a catalyst to whatever is going to happen. So if you guys are going to break up,
I do have to say one thing that makes it even stranger. I can't even remember if I left this on your little voicemail thing, but I've never cheated on anyone. I was like notorious for not cheating. I had a girlfriend in high school who I was in love with who cheated on me all the time, and I swore I was never going to do that to somebody. So I've never, ever cheated, and I swear on my fucking life that is 100% true until this girl.
No, we believe you. But
reminds me of that old joke, the from Good Will Hunting. What is it like? An old man walks into a bar, sits down, and he starts a conversation with another guy next to him. The guy's obviously had a few. He says to the man, "You see that duck out there? I built it myself, handcrafted each piece, and it's the best duck in town. But do they call me McGregor, the duck builder? No. And you see that bridge over there? I built that. Took me 2 months through rain, sleet, and scorching weather. But do they call me McGregor, the bridge builder? No. And you see that pier over there? I built it. The best pier in the country. But do they call me McGregor, the pier builder? No." And the old guy looks around, makes sure no one's listening, leans into the man and says, "But you fuck one sheep."
So listen, whatever's supposed to happen or whatever's bound to happen, not supposed to happen, whatever's bound to happen in your relationship will happen faster if you get into couples therapy. So,
I would totally agree with that.
So you have to ask some of your friends for referrals. Anyone you know, look it up, Google it, talk. A lot of those people let you talk to them on the phone and pick someone who you think would be good. And you got to get really serious about this, I think. Because, that sounds like not good for anyone, that you're doing all the work. There's no balance. And then she's depressed and sleeping.
Not at all.
Well, listen, this is the deal. It doesn't matter what you've done because you are incapable of changing what you've done. Just like there's no time machine to go back and start your relationship over. There's also no time
I have many nights of guilt about it, and I don't, there's nothing else I can really do. I did what I did, and that's it.
Yeah, the guilt won't actually get you to where you're trying to go anyway. What's important now is your family, whether that family includes your wife in the future or whether it just includes you doing the best thing to make.
I want it to. I do want it to. I don't. My unhappiness is not enough that makes me want to leave my wife. I do love my wife. I wish things were different in certain areas for sure.
Well,
but I don't want to leave her.
Well, here's what I think, Andy. If there's a saying in AA, they say if nothing changes, nothing changes. And if you don't take some serious action right now, it will come up again. You will either cheat again or you will not cheat again, and you will punish your wife for punishing you or punish your wife for your unhappiness.
And the girl you cheat with might not be as chill as this other girl.
Or as blonde or hot.
She could, come to your, kid's school. Who knows?
Really, really hot, dude.
Dude, I believe you. And I think that's very important. And listen, now that you did cheat, it is good that she was hot, At least there's that. But if you don't,
the thing that's tough is that her and I still talk, and we haven't been hooking up, and like I said, she's married as well, so this needs to be a secret as much as it needs to be a secret from me.
Sure,
for her, but we still talk, and I'm supposed to see her tomorrow. Tuesday mornings are this weird Tuesday morning thing we have because we send the kids off to school and we both have time. It's the only time we've ever really gotten together. We're Tuesday mornings. Kind of weird, but I'm supposed to see her tomorrow.
I mean, listen, we're not really qualified to tell you to stop, but I will tell you in my.
I mean, nobody's qualified to tell me to stop because I'm going to do what I want. But I like hearing your advice.
I just think that if you don't do something, it's going to end. Either you're going to sleep with this girl again, you're going to sleep with someone else, you're going to be miserable, you're going to
or
sleep
I'm going to get caught.
And if you get caught,
you're gonna get caught.
That can like really hurt your reputation.
Which is like the worst. Which is the worst one of the bunch.
And you're a teacher at a school, like like you're working with young kids all day. If you get caught like fucking this girl up a washing machine up on top of a washing machine, and the kids see, and then everyone finds out, and
you took getting caught literally. You mean like the whole school walks in?
I don't know, one person. I'm just saying, like it could be a humiliating thing, and everyone it'll like.
But you fuck one woman on a washing machine.
I'm just saying,
There's another possibility, Andy, which you haven't considered, which is that you get caught, but not by the person you think you're going to get caught by. You could get caught by her husband, and you could get murdered.
So and he's going to beat the shit out of me because I've seen this guy, and he's way bigger than I am.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Andy, you got to get out of this. Somehow you have to get out of this. And I think the only way to get out of it is...
Like the problem, let me tell you what the problem really is that the problem is that this girl, all the things that I'm missing, she like fills all the little blanks, all the little things I don't get at home. She fills all them little things and just makes me feel good. I haven't felt good. I haven't felt happy in quite a long time. And this fucking girl makes me feel happy. And plus, she's fucking really hot.
But you also only spend Tuesday mornings with her, Exactly. She might come home and go to sleep too.
I know. She's married and she's sleeping with you, so clearly she's in a relationship where somebody's not getting all the little buttons that they want pushed. So, there's a situation happening where there's
she's unhappy with, her husband, and I'm unhappy with my wife.
Yeah. The world is filled.
It was weird. The way we met, it was just weird. It was like the perfect storm.
But
I've never cheated before, and with her, it was just like, I'm definitely going to be hooking up with you.
But you do have a family, and you do have a wife, and it really hurts to be lied to like that, and it could damage your whole
but
family relationship.
Believe me when I tell you, I feel like I'm coming across like a total piece of shit, and I am. I guess I am.
You are,
regard, but I'm really not. I'm really not.
No, listen. The world is filled with people walking around unhappy. Almost half of all married couples cheat, I think, is a statistic. So you're not alone. You're not the first person that's broken this vow. The question.
No, I know. I always held so much pride in not being a part of that category, though.
Those days are over, sheep fucker. And like the question,
they sure are.
The question isn't
sure are.
how do you forgive yourself. The question isn't how do you undo the damage you've done, or how. The question is like, what are you going to do now? That's the only question that's ever relevant to any problem. What are you going to do now? You got a family. You have to do something.
I think that I know that it's over. I know that it's over. She wants it to be over because she had some talk with her husband, and she feels like really guilty, much more guilty than I do because I'm not capable of feeling so much guilt, I guess.
Right. I mean, I just think it's really not about this girl. I think you already know that. It's about you and what you're going to do next. So forget this girl because, if it's not her, if you don't deal with it, there'll be somebody else. And eventually, I'm also not saying you need to stay with your wife or break up with her. I'm saying you both, deserve to be happy. She deserves to be happy, but nobody deserves to be lied to. So what comes next? You got to go see the counselor. I really think so.
Good luck, Andy.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
Check in with us.
Yeah,
Let
will
us
you call
know.
the Secrets line again and tell us if you go to counseling or what? Give us an update in 6 months.
I will definitely do that.
Okay, we're rooting for you. We want you to be happy.
Good luck.
Bye, Andy.
Bye.
Well, God, I don't know what to say about that guy.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only thing that I can see is that he's either going to decide to go to therapy or not. And that takes a lot of courage. I just don't, and it's you have to be so proactive, but he sounds pretty proactive.
But if he goes to therapy.
And it has to be a good therapist.
And he's got to be honest.
I know. And he's going to lie. He said, I'm taking that to my grave.
I don't know if you should take it to your grave. Here's what I would do, Andy, if you are still listening. What I would do is I would go to the counselor, but I would make a solo appointment with that counselor first and tell the counselor what you've done and find professional help on what you should do in this situation. Because nobody deserves to be unhappy in a marriage, but also no one deserves to be in a marriage where someone is cheating on them and not letting them know. I don't know. If you cheated on me, would you tell me?
Yeah, probably.
You would?
I don't know. I mean,
I think I'd prefer you didn't. Honestly.
You just said nobody deserves to be lied to.
I don't know. I'd rather be lied to. I take it back. I deserve to be lied to.
Why?
Because if you were back with me and it was like a weekend long, the bigger issue in that situation is not that guy cheated. I know that seems like the louder issue. It's that he's unhappy. If you were unhappy, that I'd want to know. If you didn't want to be in the relationship with me anymore or thought that our relationship sucked, I definitely want to know that. But if you went to like the Just for Laughs festival, and you fucked Brian Regan, because you were both drunk and you were like, whoa, got that out of my system. He does great act outs in bed. I don't know if I'd want to know. Would you want to know if I cheated?
No, I don't know. Probably not, I guess.
What do you guys think? Would you want to know if your partner cheated on you? Email us, endlesshoneymoonpod@gmail.com. Tell us, is it important to tell when you cheat? What should that guy have done? Did we give good advice? Let us know your thoughts.
So let's do another secret.
Let's play a secret.
When I was younger, I used to eat the bacon strips, the dog bacon strips, and I just would keep getting caught eating more and more and more of them because they're just very good, and I just kept eating them, and that's just what I did. And they're actually pretty delicious. I haven't had one recently, but if I did, I would probably feel the same way because they're pretty good. Okay, bye.
What a sick, disgusting fucking pig.
He was so twee.
Play
I
that
loved
last
him.
call. The juxtaposition between that last call and this. I'm having an affair. Oh, hi, honey. There's my daughter. And, I used to eat bacon strips when I was a kid. You see, everybody's got a secret. That is true, though. That's why I like this segment so much. Everybody's got a secret. Some people are disgusting, just like morally aberrant people. And some people are just having an affair with their wife. Bacon strips. I liked him. I liked his
cute.
energy.
I know.
He's like, I want one now, bitch. Give me a fucking bacon strip. This ain't a secret. This is my life.
Okay, let's do another secret.
Our producer, just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, just with a panicked look in her eye, said, I'm not sure this next secret is actually usable. So if you're hearing my voice saying this right now, it means it was, and I can't wait to hear what it is.
I'm lactose intolerant, so when I eat the cheese, like if I have the pizza, I've got gas really bad. Now, I like the Lactaid pills, but I think that the best way for me to take the Lactaid is when I have really bad gas. If I take the Lactaid and I smoke it in a bong, like do a bong rip of Lactaid. You know what I'm saying?
This is like
that's what I'm in.
This is like Brendan Walsh.
That's my secret. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out what comedian that was.
the pizza.
When I eat the pizza. What a low-level character that was, too. It was like from the Andrew Dice Clay sketch show.
It was funny, though.
I like him. Whoever you are.
I didn't hate him.
You can open for us sometime.
Yeah, let us
Get in
know.
touch.
All right, let's do one more.
Hey, happy full moon, y'all, and this is awesome. But immediately, secret-wise, my mind went to the first guy that I ever fell in love with, around 13, 14. And about 15 years, and I'm still getting dragged in questionable circumstances with him. But I never told anyone the first time I ever gave him a blowjob, he had fucking poop streak in his boxers, and I kept going because I'm nice, But I just felt like I had to get that off my chest.
It was on your chest?
But yeah, anyways, like why am I still obsessed with the guy that I fucking saw poop in his boxers when it was like my first time ever like seeing a dick. I'm circumcised, but like doesn't matter. But like it was a lot of surprises, so just feel really good now. So thank you guys, and have a wonderful moon.
Wonderful moon. First of all, she's like a hippie. How is she a hippie and also like, sucking this guy's dick? I look down train tracks, bacon
she
strips,
said poop streaks.
Lactaid. Maybe it was the guy that from the Lactaid call that he got gas and he. What good dick that guy must have to keep her around 15 years after the first blowjob there was shit.
And
That's the ultimate deal breaker. Shit in the draw?
And then she said questionable circumstances for 15 years.
She'd
What
been
is that?
fucking him for 15 years.
Oh, God.
But that is...
He must be hot.
That-
He must be like slightly out of her league.
He
or
must be
something.
so hot that he sweats and shit falls out of his asshole.
Ugh. I'm so grossed out right now.
You are? I
Wait,
kind of think it's hot.
What was the thing she said at the...
I look down, he's got bacon strips.
Wait, what was the thing she said at the top? Happy moon to you?
Happy full moon.
And then
Happy
she
moon.
said happy moon at the end?
Yeah.
Is that a thing people say? You're from Burning Man. What did he...
Yeah, I'm from Burning. I grew up in Burning Man, and I think she sounds like maybe a hippie. I liked her. I thought she was cool.
She was.
And it is very funny that guy's pimp hand is so strong that he straight up shit his pants the first time they hooked up, and she's like, coming back for more 15 years later.
No, if he shit his pants, that I would
You'd have
like,
more compassion for,
forgive.
right?
He's just kind of dirty and like lazy and probably has a big dick.
Yeah, right.
And is just not used to like grooming himself.
Grooming
Gross.
himself?
I don't
mean,
know.
wiping your ass is different than grooming
No,
yourself.
it's not. It's part of it.
I mean, it's like the baseline part of it. You gotta wipe your booty. That's like a classic
Well, he
bit of
didn't.
advice.
That's what I'm saying.
I believe it was Confucius that first said, you gotta wipe your booty. Guys, leave us a secret. We want to hear them. We'll play them live on the air. We'll riff on them. We'll have some fun with them. You're only as sick as your secrets, so get them off your chest. Give us a call.
213-222-8608. That's 213-222-8608.
And now that Natasha's voiceover audition is done, you can also text that number your secrets. If you prefer us to read it and don't want your voice to be on, well, we can read them for you. You're only as sick as your secrets, so call us, get them off your chest, and we'll play them on the air.
It's very hard to find the right bra with the perfect fit. And
Tell me about it.
ThirdLove uses data points generated by millions of women who've taken their Fit Finder quiz, I took it, to design bras with breast size and shape in mind for a perfect fit and premium feel. I didn't even know what my breast size was because it changed so much after I had the baby. Nothing was fitting me. And then I found ThirdLove. ThirdLove has the perfect fit because they use data points generated by millions of women who've taken their Fit Finder quiz to design bras with breast size and shape in mind for a perfect fit and premium feel, including their signature half cup sizes, over 70 sizes. That's what I figured out because nothing was fitting me. I'm an A&a-half.
Oh, fellas, don't get too excited. The Fit Finder quiz only takes 60 seconds, so you can find your perfect fit for a bra that's right for you. For me, the right bra, it's just a hole where the nipple should be.
ThirdLove knows there's a perfect bra for everyone, so right now they're offering my listeners 15% off your first order. And these bras are cute. They sent me one. It's like mauve. It's the exact right fit. It's so cute. I love it. I've been wearing it constantly since I got it.
And there's 100%.
It's actually the only bra I have.
There's a 100% fit guarantee. Every customer has 60 days to wear it, wash it, put it to the test. If you don't love it, you return it. ThirdLove will wash it and donate it to a woman in need. So they're not just convenient, they're doing good work out there too. It's comfortable, it's quality, returns and exchanges are free and easy. So here's the deal. We know that the honeymoon listeners have tits and that they want bras. So go to
thirdlove.com/honeymoon now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase.
That's right. We're giving our listeners 15% off of their first order. ThirdLove knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So go to thirdlove.com/honeymoon for 15% off today. That's thirdlove.com/honeymoon.
So should we take another call?
Yeah.
Now we're going to call Matt from Nebraska.
Hi, this is Matt.
Hey, it's Natasha and Moshe.
Matt, do you always answer your phone? Hi, this is Matt. I've always been fascinated by people that do that.
I used to do that.
This is Natasha.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was so stupid.
It's very businesslike.
I end up getting so many robocalls, and I have to answer my phone every time, so I just start doing that instead of the hello.
What do you do, Matt?
The normal thing. I own a small pizza place.
Oh, cool.
So just getting calls all the time.
How small are the pizzas? Matt. Classic pizza humor.
No, I just got. Oh, you're good.
Thanks,
no,
man.
just like 15 employees, really small, one location place.
Cool. Awesome. Wait, shout it out. What's the name of the pizza place?
It's called Paisanos in
Okay.
Lincoln.
In Lincoln, Nebraska?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, Matt. Today's episode is brought to you by Paisano's Pizza in Lincoln, Nebraska. There's no better place to get yourself a small pizza, a medium pizza, or a large pizza. Beautiful, thin, deep dish, crispy crust, whatever you need. I don't know what they cook, but it's probably really good. It's the best pizza in Lincoln. Paisano's.
Matt, why'd you laugh during it?
That was a fantastic ad.
Thanks, man.
Hey, either of you guys ever on the road or you're in Lincoln, you certainly can come and eat for free.
We're going to come
Love
down and
both
eat
your guys' comedy.
We might come there just to eat for free.
We're not just going to come eat there for free. We're going to invoice you for the ad we just did. Now, so what's your now that we got what you do for a living, and I think I understand why you have this issue. Your issue is that it's hard to date when you work so much. Is that right?
Kinda, and I just so I was homeschooled. I didn't grow up on the rough streets of Oakland.
No, you grew up in the streets of Napoli, right? Where you learned how to toss a pizza pie in the air and bring those skills
absolutely.
to Nebraska.
No, I actually grew up outside Sacramento, but
cool.
you don't end up homeschoolers don't end up getting quite the same
Right.
opposite gender interactions that I think normal youths do, and so I've always been
Right.
uncomfortable around girls
That's why
in person, but I always felt that asking a girl out in person was normal. I'm not used to texting a girl.
Okay,
or
so you have a crush on someone.
this is why I've always thought that when people are homeschooled, one of the parents should have sex with them just to break them in. You know what I mean? Anybody?
But that's the thing. I'm so unattractive. I don't think either of my parents, wanted to do that, and that hurts my self-esteem.
Well, have you thought about maybe having? That's kind of your bad for not being a cuter kid.
And also, Matt, you sound cute.
And you're
This is my fault. This is.
Also, if you are not that attractive, I would say owning your own business makes you about 20 times more attractive.
Yeah. Wait, listen, I want to know who Matt's in love with because I can tell that he's in love with someone. He doesn't know how to approach her. And I think you need to give him good advice, Moshe, because he's so sweet.
You do seem sweet, Matt. Tell us your issue.
Well, and that's the thing. I wouldn't say in love, but there's recently I had an old friend of mine come by the restaurant, and I hadn't seen her in some time, and she was newly single. And now it's been a couple months, and I keep thinking, maybe she'll, pop by again or swing by, and, it's just not happening naturally. So I want to reach out, but I don't know how weird or odd it is.
I have an idea.
To do that. Sure.
Okay,
please.
is there anything coming up in Lincoln that is like a date you could go to? Maybe it's like a band's coming to town or comedians coming to town or even like a movie. Anything you guys have ever talked about? Like some kind of thing you could come up with at, like an event.
Your idea is asking her out on a date?
But for to an event.
Specific.
No, but it's not like, hey, do you want to get dinner sometime? It's more like, hey, Moshe Kasher and Natasha Leggero coming to town. Do you want to, or whatever it is?
Yeah,
and then it's like, then it doesn't seem so much like a date, and then you guys can go out to this if she's down, then you'll kind of catch her vibe.
I do think that's a good. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh no, you're fine. That's actually a decent idea. So she's very musically inclined, and we used to do choir together at church in college, and I think. So I work 7 days a week, 358 days a year. I think I have tickets to a show in a few months. That's
a few months,
like
Matt.
a real concert,
No,
like a real concert.
No.
I have an extra ticket.
Matt.
No.
We don't like this few months thing you're doing. By that point, she might be married to your competitor, Domino's. We don't want that.
Oh no. We're conservative Catholics here. You don't marry someone until 2 years after you've asked them out.
Yeah, okay.
It's a weird formula here. We're weird.
I'm saying
2 months is too far. You need to make time because you're not going to be able to be in a relationship if you can't give if you could only give 4 hours every month.
Yeah, I think you.
Right. No. No. And I realize that if you're going to be in a legit relationship, you have to carve it out. And if there's any mutual interest, I will move heaven and earth to fix my schedule. I'll hire an extra couple people.
Hey, but don't
You're so romantic.
You are sweet, Matt, but do not mention that on the first date. Definitely don't mention that you would hire people to date her.
Oh,
But
not at all.
Get the Lincoln Weekly. Find out
you got to hide the crazy. How long do you have to hide the crazy? 50 days?
I'm not sure, Matt. I don't think you'll be hiding it very well. I'm already made uncomfortable by you. But no, listen to what Natasha said.
You need to get the Lincoln Weekly, whatever your cool section of town papers going on about towns is. Find something in the next 2 weeks. Figure out how you would be able to Take the time off.
Yep.
It could even just be a movie.
A movie. And unless she's a rock dumb fool, which it doesn't sound like she is, she'll understand that you're asking her out. If she says yes, then you're in there. She's interested.
But waiting for her to show up at your pizza parlor when you're there is very passive, and it'll never happen.
I agree. Although, I will say
Makes
this,
sense.
Matt. I will say this. I think Natasha's giving you good advice. But if you do want to do a pizza-related thing, I actually did see a movie that is like based on this dilemma, which is the pizza man goes to the woman's house with a pizza. He says, pizza delivery, and then he's holding the pizza in front of his sort of lap area, and he pulls the pizza
I think we all know
open.
where this is going.
Yeah, I think you do know where it's going, Matt.
Okay,
it's
and
a
then
big sausage
God.
pizza, and your penis is through the pizza, and that way, if she grabs it, you know for sure she's interested.
And then one more piece of real advice is that since you guys already know each other and you are already friends, when you're out with her, just try to shift your energy to be open to love.
You're
But-
saying combine the pizza idea and your idea, which is show up to the movie
I'm
with the
saying,
pizza.
like-
I actually do have a good question though for you both. I want to bounce this off you.
Yes.
Is it for me? I don't consider it a date unless I use the word date, just so there's no ambiguity. But is that like too direct? Is that too weird? If I'm like, hey, would you like to go on a
don't do
date
that.
sometime? Dinner, go to Barnes and Noble, look at books.
No, I think that's not. You don't need to do that. Natasha's also thinking, don't do that. The only time that when I was dating, would say the word date is when I'd been out with a woman a few times and it wasn't becoming romantic, and I was confused and I wanted to throw a "this is what's happening" bomb into the mix. I would say like, you know what I'm saying? We'd hung out 3 times, we'd never kissed, and I would go, "Wait, I don't know if this woman is interested in me." Then I
Right.
would say, "Would you like to go out sometime?"
Yeah.
At that point, I would say it.
Matt, you got to sniff her out. This first thing that you're going to go do is just to like feel if there's even energy there, because I think you're kind of putting her on the spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like I said,
because you guys might be like 10 minutes into your date and she's going to start like confessing her love for this other guy and asking you for dating advice. You know, like you guys are already friends, but then I guess you do waste some time.
Well, I just think that...
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
No, I just think that if you say, would you like to go see Rocket Man next week? And she says yes, why would she say yes? She's going to, unless she's interested, at least on some level. So just start...
And then if she says, is this a date? Then you can be like, sure, if you want it to be or whatever.
Exactly.
Say something flirty. But if a man... I would feel a little like...
Put on the spot. I hear you.
Yeah.
Go slow.
I am the worst flirt in the history of the world. I am so massively incapable. So, this seems like a good idea, though. You know, just nice, normal, fun, local event.
Exactly. Get out of your head. Be direct. Don't be too direct, and just see what happens.
And let us know.
Show up.
Give us an email update.
Show up. Do it. This is what my spiritual mentor always
absolutely.
says.
No, I'll keep you guys posted.
Show up. Do what's in front of you. Let go of the results and pay attention. That's the only advice I have for anybody.
Okay, great.
All right, Matt. Good luck to you.
Sounds good. Guys,
Paisanos.
thank you so much.
Bye.
Paisanos.
Have a good one.
He was so cute.
I know. What a sweetheart.
He was homeschooled.
I know. He's such a
So
babe
maybe
in the
that's
woods.
Like that's like something that's real. That must be one of the things about homeschooling. It's like you're not really socially preparing your child.
Well, I think most of these calls again and
Although
again.
I don't know much about it, I'm sure there's a rebuttal. For
No,
that,
he
but-
said that. I think these calls again and again come down to like just being honest and direct and true to yourself. So much of people's problems come down to not being sure that they're okay as they are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that guy clearly wants to ask that girl out, but he's waiting for her to show up and order a extra pepperoni. You know what I mean? We're sending out love to all the calls today. May you find love.
Well, remember to email us with any of your relationship questions at endlesshoneymoonpod@gmail.com and give us your phone number so we can give you a call. And you can also call us at 213-222-8608.
Hey, Natasha.
Yeah,
I love you.
love you.